Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Chainlink or Link. So with that being said, let's just dive in and let's talk about a few things. So first and foremost, obviously Chainlink has been trailing as the #1 token in terms of movement on the 24-hour span, as it was up about it was like 15% or so. We hit some resistance. We're going to be talking about it. We're currently sitting at about like $8.30, still up about 8.64% at the time that I am recording this. Obviously, this is recorded a little bit ahead of time and scheduled for later, so obviously price action might change. But right now, as we are seeing the market kind of stabilize, I have been doing some trading, in terms of like swing trade opportunities, just because it's pretty easy with Bitcoin's, volatile swings. We are, ranging into, the middle of the week, so usually volatility kind of starts to slow down a little bit, with Friday being the most volatile day of the week. Usually we do see some, volatile swings at around like the, weekend time frame, so we're definitely watching that closely to see if we can get into some nice little scalp trades for either weekend price action or Monday's price action. So let's kind of jump on into the Chainlink chart. So I did chart this a little bit. We're looking at some resistance being met at around like the $9.10 zone, as you guys do see us hitting that point. We really want to break back up into that to get into a nice demand channel and build some support, similar to what we did see back here in like the fall of 2020. This is after DeFi summer #1. We are really kind of looking to see if we are going to see a round 2 of DeFi summer. I think that when we look at the announcements around Chainlink and things like that, building around Chainlink, I think that there's going to be a lot more demand for Link this time around if we do see a DeFi summer 2.0. Now, I have been addressing the price action on Link and really kind of addressing where we could lead down to in terms of the demand zone. I seen a few people saying like $1.50 could be possible, and it definitely is in terms of a demand range. But I do think that we will see a little bit less price action than that in terms of us like actually settling on some sort of main range. It would be around like this $5 zone here to like roughly like $3.72 or so. So that's where I'm really kind of looking at if we do see, a major move on Bitcoin down to like 24K to test like, some yearly supports. But in my opinion, I think that when we look at this current market, I think that our bottoming range is almost in on Bitcoin and a lot of these altcoins. You also have to remember that like altcoins like Link are down massively still. Like even at the bottom range here, it was down like 90%, extremely oversold in my opinion. And even at the current price action, it's still down about 85% almost from the all-time highs. And also, just so that you guys know, yes, my exit strategy is still up here at around like roughly the $100 to $140 range. I might be doing a video on my website, ncashofficial.com, where I will basically be showing you guys my entire trade, in regards to Chainlink. Of course, I outlined this on my website as well if you guys do want to check that out. But with that being said, let's move on and let's talk about a few things. So, like I said, in terms of the demand for Chainlink, we will continue to see the demand around this asset continue to grow. We've definitely been focusing on the DeFi space itself, but we also continue to see the ecosystem and announcements being pushed around Chainlink. First off, in terms of like DeFi itself, we do see our proof of reserves bringing transparency to DeFi collateral. This is pretty cool, especially when you look at what is happening around DeFi. But we do see here, POR or proof of reserve enables DeFi projects to verify off-chain and cross-chain asset reserves through automated audits based on cryptographic, truth. Learn how POR, helps secure cross-chain assets, stablecoins, wrap tokens, and more. And when we look at this, right, we really kind of address stablecoins itself. Stablecoins are basically becoming the new boom around like institutional investors and things like that. I believe that this is a great area for Chainlink to actually focus on, as it has been a DeFi giant for a very, very long time now. And it really kind of continues to solidify its position within the DeFi sector. Now, also, we have been seeing, complete mass adoption of Chainlink in terms of the ecosystem. I shared with you guys the other day in terms of like the, chain integrations that we've been seeing, and we actually do see our daily wrap-up integrations on BNB Chain, Solana, but then we also seen a few other ones like Apricot Finance, CPF, collateral ratio calculations, Crust Network, data provider, decentralized storage access, Crypto Pirates, VRF, which is like an NFT section, Fair NFT Mints, and then SOI Finance, CPF, service fee conversions as well. But this was not the only one. We also did see within Apricot Finance and also even Crest Network. I actually, have another one over here as well to really kind of talk to you guys about. But Apricot Finance, has integrated Chainlink price feeds on Solana mainnet. Reliable, decentralized price data enables Apricot Finance to accurately, calculate borrowers' collateral ratios, helping prevent inaccurate or incorrect liquidations and protect lenders' solvency. And then, of course, we did see Crest Network is leveraging a Chainlink external adapter to bring decentralized storage to the Web3 ecosystem. Explore how off-chain storage via Chainlink helps unlock serverless DApp deployments, accelerated content delivery, and NFT data storage. And honestly, like I said, as we continue to see Chainlink being adopted like this, we continue to see the ecosystem booming. And I'm actually going to share with you guys the ecosystem view here in a second. But first, I also want to share with you guys that this happened 8 hours ago as well. We did see more integrations on BNB Chain, Ethereum, and Polygon. As you guys do see, Infura, Legion's Crypto, Private or Pirate Nation NFT as well, and then Tide Exchange. So again, like I said, the ecosystem is continuing to boom. Here is the ecosystem as of May 2022. 1,300 plus projects. Like I said, pay attention to the ecosystem of Chainlinks. And you guys can scroll through this and just look at the amount of projects here. It is insane. It truly is massive at the end of the day. And, the names that are continuously being added to this are pretty significant when you look at the demand and the overall, adoption happening. And first off, you also do see Swift down here. It's pretty significant. Google as well, and there's so many more names. We also see like Casper and stuff, projects that I personally am, also invested in besides Link. So you just love to see it. Honestly, I would say that Chainlink has reached the point of like almost mass adoption within this market, and it's going to continue to grow with like massive integrations happening almost on the daily. I'm telling you guys, pay attention to Chainlink if you haven't already. Also, we did see a major announcement of staking. Staking marks the start of Chainlink Economics 2.0, a new era for the long-term security and sustainability of Oracle networks. In this update, we defined the long-term goals, roadmap, and initial implementation of staking in the Chainlink network. Now, I just want to share with you guys real quick. I'm not going to break down the entire article here, but I do want to, share with you guys a few things. So first off, they are starting off strong, saying Chainlink is foundational infrastructure for the smart contract economy, supporting nearly 1,000 Oracle networks that collectively secure tens of billions of dollars across hundreds of projects. And like I said, with Chainlink continually being integrated on more blockchains and supporting new categories of Oracle services, it's important to further scale the security of Chainlink in order to match the increasing amount of value within Chainlink-powered applications. Like I said, as we do continue to see it being adopted, it is definitely going to require a lot more security and things like that. And I do think that staking is a great way to really kind of lock up a ton of the supply and make it a lot more secure. And we do see staking as a key mechanism that aims to bring a new layer of crypto economic security to Chainlink, where crypto, rewards and penalties are applied to help further incentivize the network's proper operation. Now, I know that everybody in Link has been waiting patiently for this. We do see down here the following blog post highlights the long-term goals underpinning Chainlink's stake in the initial implementation plan for the second half of 2022 and a roadmap for the anticipated expansion over the time. Now, of course, we didn't get an exact date here. They are, saying the long-term goals of Chainlink staking. Obviously, we know that it's, here to increase, security and things like that. But we also do see, excuse me, enable community participation in the Chainlink network. Again, this will build out a lot of, like for example, stakers, individuals that are also, operating nodes and stuff like that. There's a lot of great adoption happening within this area, and we do see that actually being mentioned down here. Ecosystem participants, including community members and node operators, can stake their link tokens in distinct allotments within a staking pool. Furthermore, node operators can create or use a delegation system, serving as an additional avenue for community members to stake their link. Now, in terms of the rewards and things like that, I know that compared to most, people are probably going to expect the percentages to be pretty high, but they're actually, lower than, most would expect. But this is actually good, and I'm going to be mentioning that as well in here. But we do see generate sustainable rewards from long-term use. Obviously, we probably all are aware that the longer that you are staking for and things like that, you do earn a little bit more. Empower node operators to access higher value jobs by staking as well. Like I said, you guys could break down a little bit more into this and read more into it. But we also do see solving diminishing returns for Oracle network security. You guys do see the current and future fee opportunity, greater network staking and stuff like that. But here we have the initial implementation of Chainlink staking. Before outlining some of the initial parameters and design decisions planned for launch, it is important to note that Chainlink staking will evolve over time, especially as more Oracle networks across a wider range of services accrue greater amounts of fees. The initial implementation is focused on creating a simple and secure foundation through which feedback can be gathered prior to expanding scope and adding more complexity to the staking design. Of course, like I said, we are seeing, the rollout of the staking mechanism will be similar to the Chainlink price feeds, which went from a single Ethereum USD price feed on Ethereum operated by 3 Oracle nodes to now supporting nearly 1,000 price feeds powered by 50 plus leading node operators across 12 blockchains and layer 2 solutions. Now, we didn't really get, a major date or anything like that. We just seen, Chainlink staking will evolve across multiple versions, with the initial V0.1 release projected for later this year. Again, no ETA or anything. The first release focuses on introducing a reputation framework and staker alerting system. After sufficient validation from in-production usage and community feedback, a V1 release will introduce additional functionality such as the slashing of stake for stronger economic security and the incorporation of user fees as rewards. Further, V2 release will explore introducing loss protection to help protect participating sponsors when a supported Oracle network deviates from its SLA. Now, like I said, we didn't get a major roadmap here. We do see planned roadmap for staking in general in terms of like V0.1, V1, and V2. This is great. I think that this is awesome, but I would love to have a little bit more in-depth view on the dates specifically around this. We only kind of got like a, hey, later this year sort of idea. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not going to, thrash them too much or anything like that, but I just would have liked to see a little bit, better of, a time frame on this. Now, we do see participation in staking. V0.1 will be capped in size, offering distinct allotments to node operators, community members, and the coordinator in or of Oracle networks. The pool will start with an aggregate size of 25 million link tokens, with the planned goal of scaling to a pool size of 75 million link tokens. Now, this is actually a pretty large amount if you actually look at it, especially when you look at the overall amount of link out there. So again, the total would be 1 billion in terms of the total link out there. In terms of circulating supply, there's only 467 million. So when we actually look at this, it's actually a significant amount being locked away. I mean, 75 million link tokens is a pretty large amount. Now, of course, they are talking about like the initial allotment and things like that in terms of like a fair entry mechanism and stuff like that. But I think that this is actually a large percentage of the supply gone, and it really kind of does lock up a large amount, which is actually pretty good for, long-term holders and stuff like that. Now, here is where we kind of get into the, rewards. So first off, initially 5% is going to be the reward staking, annualized reward. Now, I know that to some this may seem not that significant. 5%, it's whatever, kind of, right? compared to most that has like double-digit figures in terms of staking rewards. I want you guys to understand that the lower the amount is, it's actually more secure and more sustainable. So I'm actually fine with this, but they are also saying, after the release of V1, annualized rewards will vary based on user fees and the length of the commitment period, with stakers choosing longer commitment periods having the opportunity to receive a greater share of the rewards. So initially we will see 5%, but I do believe that this is actually going to, be rising to about like roughly 8 to 10%. It is, not significant compared to most. But Chainlink has always, kind of, I would say, held themselves up into a reputation of being a fairly secure and strong and legitimate project. So again, I wasn't expecting massive percentages like 15%, 20%, or anything like that. I think that 5% is definitely sustainable and more of a realistic percentage as well for staking. Again, I feel fine, staking at 5%, and it's more so kind of, the lockup period and locked up, supply. I think locking up the Chainlink supply is actually probably one of the most bullish things to happen to Chainlink in a very long time, and I do believe that this is actually going to push the value to some greater heights. And this is also why I believe that, like, at this current level, it's not too bad of an option to kind of average in a little bit and average in on the dips. We might get a retest of this bottom figure down here at like roughly $5.30, or like I said, those levels down here between like the $3 and like 70-cent zone to like almost $5 exact. So definitely, look out for some cheap buys on Link. Like I said, even at this current level, I'm averaging in. I'm accumulating slightly. I'm more so kind of accumulating support, so like roughly like the $7 range, or even like right now, we're almost kind of building the support range similar to what we did see back in July at roughly the $7.50 zone. So if we can get there, that is a perfect level to actually kind of accumulate. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.